I've been watching a lot of Arsenal, and I've been watching your watch-alongs as well, seeing you mad. Yeah, I've been enjoying it, man. I've been enjoying it. This season has been enjoyable. The draw right now is a win for Palace. that's how down bad we are.
The draw right now is a loss for Arsenal, so.
Palace coming into this game is probably the most negative it has ever been going up against Arsenal. I'll be honest, if Arsenal don't destroy us, you lot might as well call it a day as well, because that'll be embarrassing from you lot.
How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Box to Box. The winter break is done. It's been 2 weeks since Arsenal have last played. It's been a welcome 2 weeks, I think, for the players, a welcome 2 weeks for the manager. 2 weeks where Arsenal fans have been debating. Listen, the transfer window's open. We've gone 1 win in 7, I think it is, in all competitions. And now we face Palace. And our last couple of London derbies haven't gone the way that the last, 10, 11, 12 went going into last season, when London derbies, we was on top of all of them. This season, it hasn't gone that way. And we're facing Palace, and we've got D in the building as well, back of the nest.
What's going on, man?
What are you saying?
It's cold. It's cold in North London, cold in South London. 1 in 7 for you lot, 1 in 10 for us. Yeah, man, football ain't it, man. You lot had your
1 in
break.
10?
Yeah. Well, 6 in 20. If you, 6 in 20
1 in
as well.
10 or 6 in 20.
Yeah, depending on how you want to view it, yeah. But yeah, man, it's terrible, man, but it's good to be back here, talk about football. Yeah. Unfortunately, I guess, for Palace, because Palace right now is the most toxic it's ever been. Like, we are actually down bad.
A couple of years ago, was it a couple of years ago when Vieira got let go and Hodgson was the favourite? Do you remember that one? You wasn't happy that day.
Nah, I think that's when our downfall started again.
Is it worse? Well, it must be worse now.
Yeah, it is worse now. I mean, we're seeing banners at games about the ownership group that we've never seen at Palace before. Hodgson getting booed when he's making subs. The manager slating the fans, saying we're spoiled, even though we got 6 wins in 20 or 1 in 10, saying that we're spoiled as Crystal Palace fans. Getting on to the younger players that come on for like 5-10 minutes, saying they're not good enough, even though they're only playing for 5-10 minutes and getting no other cameos. So that's where we're at right now as Crystal Palace. We are genuinely finished. That's why I'm wearing all black.
Funeral.
Yeah, funeral. We are finished.
Well, what is it? Is it burial on the weekend or?
I don't know. We're facing 1 in 7, aka Arsenal.
How many times you finished top half of the league? It must be 1 in the last 7 as well, bro. So stop saying listen before I go check the tables in the last 7 years.
To be fair, we've only finished once in the top 10.
There you go. Yeah. What is it? 1 in 10 then?
Yeah, 1 in 10. Yeah, 1 in 10. 1 in 10. 1 win in the last 10 and once we finished in the top 10 as well.
Man, big up. Good odds. Good odds.
Yeah,
1 in
man.
10.
Yeah. Well, how many times have you won the league?
3 times still.
No, in that time.
In my lifetime, I've seen us win it 3 times.
In the last 1 year.
I'm an OG. You know, how many times have you seen your club win the league?
We're on the playoffs.
You on the playoffs? Yeah, listen, levels. But talk to me, man. I mean, it's toxic at Palace.
Yeah.
I mean, the owners are they under pressure? Do you think they're feeling the pressure? Because it's not the first time Palace fans have turned up the heat on the owners, but they seem to always get away with it somehow. Yeah,
because of PR. We have a great guy who, Steve Parish is fantastic at PR. Before the season started, he said, we're taking this club to the next level. And right now, we're in a relegation battle, out of the FA Cup, out of the Carabao Cup. If that's the next level, if Championship is the next level, then we're heading right there. I don't know if he meant it by that. But we're not falling for them PR stunts anymore. Because over the years, I think about 5-10 years ago, he said, don't be surprised if Palace wins the league in 10 years' time. And
he here we are.
Something along them lines.
Yeah.
He's made comments like that, and we've all been fooled. I've been fooled, but enough.
That's
We're not fooling us anymore.
Box to Box with so much energy. You've been listening to Parish all this time. Say no more.
No, but then again, now things are getting serious because one of our majority owners, John Texter, saying that he wants to sell up, and it came out at the start of the new year. I think it's first couple of days that he wants to sell up, but no one wants to buy Crystal Palace because Steve Parish, who owns 10% of the club, has a big say on things, and it doesn't make any sense. How can you own 10% of the club and have a equal say to a guy who owns majority of the club? So things have to change. Things will change. Palace coming into this game is probably the most negative it has ever been going up against Arsenal, and trust me, we've had worse times. We've had worse times in terms of football on the pitch, but this one right now, because of expectations after Vieira, and that's what I'm saying, Vieira was the biggest curse for Palace and Steve Parish, because he actually gave us a bit of belief.
Opened your eyes.
Exactly, opened our eyes up. Let's be honest, if Brighton left, if De Zerbi left Brighton, is Chris Hughton going back?
No.
And that's exactly where we're at right now with Roy Hodgson coming back. And, we couldn't attract any other managers in the summer. And it's all just pointless. Like, Turkish, I'll be real, everything's pointless about this club right now. Like, we're just there, just to add up
Making
numbers.
out the numbers.
Exactly. That's literally it.
But you're right though. When you look at the last 10 years, what you just said about finishing top half once in that time, I mean, you're always somewhere around there.
Yeah.
You know, you're not always in a relegation battle. It's just mid-table.
Yeah.
And they just seem to be happy with the income that brings.
Yeah, and that's exactly the case, and that's exactly what needs to change as well, and that is going to change at Palace. I can trust me on this. It is going to change sooner rather than later because the fans have had enough. The fans have had enough. We can't just stay. Look, end of the day, if you're giving me a pot of the money, then all right, cool. You know, if you're making 5 million and I'm getting a bit, then that's fine. If all the fans are getting, but it's not. The money's not coming to us. As a fan, I want to see this club progress. I know it's a business nowadays. We get it. It's a business. Football clubs are not as they were back in the day. But as a fan, I want to see some ambition. And I'm not talking about ambition going and pushing for the top 4 or even the top 6. I want to see us be a regular top 10 club. Try to at least fit into that mold, even if we're not ninth. Be that top 10 club. You've been in the Premier League for 10 years. But despite that, this year we're still talking about relegation. The only way we're going to survive this season is based on the fact that Everton's getting points deduction, Forest also potentially getting points deduction. And that's all it comes down to. Other than that, we're in a relegation battle and we're deep in the mud. How are we deep in the mud with players like Elise on the side, Eze on the side, Gahey, Anderson, Decore?
Good players, yeah.
They're good players. How is Luton catching up to us? Does that make any sense?
That goes to Hodgson, but in turn it circles back to ownership.
Exactly, it goes back
Hodgson
to
in charge?
why is he in charge in the first place? But that's the thing. You know what's going to happen? Hodgson might stay in this game, Sheffield United, and as soon as the window shuts, okay, goodbye Hodgson, new manager comes in. Why? Because the new manager can't have a say in transfers. I am familiar with our games, and it doesn't fool me
what do you think
anymore.
the plan was with Vieira then? Because that was a change from the norm.
I think the plan was to actually try something different and play progressive football, and we've seen it with the signings as well. You know, with Elise coming to the club during that time, Gahey, Anderson, and look, we didn't win every game, and we had some games where it didn't work out, but we still clapped the team off the field despite losing games because we saw that what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
But right now, what are we trying to do as a football club, let alone on the pitch? What is Crystal Palace Football Club? Apart from adding up numbers.
At the side, because there was big interest in Elise, a big bid. Like, what kept him? What made him make that decision?
Well, look, you have to, okay. So this goes on to the club. Apparently, the club and the relationship between these players and the club is very good.
Okay.
And
so
Elise is not dumb as well in terms of, you know, he could have moved to Chelsea. He could have got that big move, but we've seen Chelsea right now. It's not like the best environment, and you can see it. He hasn't played that many games this season, Elise, but already there's rumours about all the Liverpool, the Arsenals and the Cities. A lot of interest naturally because he knows in his ability. Now he's got a better release clause for us around 60 million to 70 million is a reported fee. So he knows the club will pay that. Exactly. Before it was £35 million. If Elise left for £35 million, that would be the biggest robbery that I've seen. Literally. So it's a win-win for everyone, and he will most likely he's injured. And when it comes down to our players, I mean, if he's injured, who's really going to perform?
But you mentioned Eze. Eze is another one that, you know, has had his moments over the last couple of years. He's another one that's garnered interest. I think Elise has kicked on, and the eyes have opened of a few of the bigger clubs, like you said, City, Liverpool, and whatnot. But Eze, I think Eze is a threat.
Yeah, he's a threat by name, but not really by performances. Nah. He had actually, to be fair, when Hodgson first came into the club, he actually had a positive influence on Eze because under Vieira, things weren't working out. It wasn't working out. But now it's having a negative impact. Eze, his performances haven't been there. He scored a goal against Brentford recently. But even despite that game, like, I can't say that he walked out that game with a good performance. Like, he hasn't been himself. I mean, he's playing out wide. Against Everton yesterday, when we faced him in the FA Cup replay, he played down the right-hand side. That's not Eze's position. We do have a player that could play in that position out wide. That could be Mateus França, for example, the young side that we got for 20 million. But he's still not playing him. But he's still not playing him, and Jeffrey Schlupp is still playing. How is Jeffrey Schlupp still playing?
That's mad,
in the Premier League in 2024. How's Nathaniel Klein still at right back in 2024? We haven't replaced Wan-Bissaka yet. And it's been about 3 to 4 years. Do you know how crazy that is?
So who's your key man then? Who, if you're to take even a point here on the weekend, who would be the one player that would need to have a man of the match performance, you know, for you to take that point or take 3 points? It
would have to be Eze, but that's the thing. He hasn't been having that performance. Apart from Eze, I mean, who's our other creative options? Will Hughes is playing as a number 10.
Mad.
Will Hughes is not a number 10. We've got options off the bench.
Hella work rate, but
we got I mean, work rate. That doesn't cut it, man. We had Cameron Jerome back in the day, bro. That was in 2013. We can't do work rate anymore. Do you get it? Like, we should be an established Premier League club now. Work rate shouldn't cut it. Like, Will Hughes shouldn't be starting as a number 10. There's options off the bench. If he plays them options, if he changes up, then I think, there are some threats. Hamada, França,
Yeah.
of course. Eze, as I mentioned,
Yeah.
on his day could be dangerous, but the main player that's out for us is Elise. So I'll be honest, if Arsenal don't destroy us, you lot might as well call it a day as well, because that'll be embarrassing from you lot.
Well, listen, our form has been embarrassing, so I think the main thing is a win. But you're right. I think we should. I said at least 3 goals. I'm expecting. Whether we do that or not, considering how poor we've been in front of goal, and we just talked off camera about it with certain players and the numbers that have paled in comparison to last season. I expect a comfortable victory. You've mentioned a few players that would be key men for Palace. Who for you would be the key man for Arsenal then? Because we talked about Martinelli's form already. 2 goals, not good enough. Jesus, injured, not good enough in front of goal. Saka, he's had numbers this season for sure. Performances, I think, few and far between in terms of 90 minutes, but his numbers, you know, if you're not performing well for 90 and still getting numbers, that's the bare minimum for a great player. So hopefully he kicks on and the performances come with it. Odegaard, not himself. Like, who for you is the one that you would need to keep quiet if you're to take something?
It's hard. Does Saka still have his hair dyed?
I don't know, you know.
If he does, then
I don't think so. I think I saw him in a picture in Dubai without the hair dyed.
Is it?
So, yeah,
So he might be back. He might be
peak.
He might be back. Exactly. then it's looking scary. But players to look out for. Look, you got all 3 of them, like Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, on their day could be a threat. But with Arsenal this season, I'll be honest, I've been surprised by your performances. I guess the expectations are always going to be there with Arsenal. We saw it last season, expectation, I guess midway through the season was to win the league, and it changed. But this season, I'm not getting the same Arsenal vibes.
It's probably changed again, though.
But I've been watching a lot of Arsenal. And I've been watching your watch-alongs as well, seeing you mad. Yeah. I've been enjoying it, man. I've been enjoying it. This season has been enjoyable. More enjoyable than last season, isn't it?
We've only lost a handful, so I hope you watch all the wins as well. You know?
You just sitting there in silence, just mad.
I've smiled a few times.
Lately, you haven't been, trust me. You haven't been.
Are you going to make sure you watch the highlights of it after?
Yeah, 100%.
See if I'm smiling.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'll send it to you.
Oh, don't worry,
Production, can we clip a few moments from the weekend just for me to say? Okay, thank you.
But nah, all right, cool. Saka, of course. Jesus, I think, is a massive threat on and off the ball, but in front of goal, I'll be honest, he's not going to be the striker that wins you the league. That has been the case even from the minute he joined Arsenal. I thought that. But yeah, it just depends on who turns up. Odegaard, Rice, for me, I'll be honest. Rice has been amazing, and I said it when he first signed for Arsenal as well. He is a future Arsenal captain, 100%. The way that he just fitted the club, he knows the culture around the club.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
And I think he's been massive for you. Like, I know he had like one bad game. I think it was against Fulham.
Yeah, he had a couple of bads in a row, but like the West Ham one wasn't the worst.
Oh yeah,
it's
West Ham as well. Yeah, exactly.
Losing,
Yeah. I think Rice has been fantastic for you lot. Of course, your defense as well. But in your attack, look, you're creating chances. But for me, I can't pick out a particular player because even Odegaard, I'll be honest, watching Odegaard, like he's in front of goal, taking like 50 touches before he takes a shot.
Yeah.
Like, what does he want to do? Like the goalkeeper to move out of the way.
With the numbers, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So all 3 or 4 of them, as I mentioned, is a threat. But I can't single out any of them right now because none of them are really finishing their dinner.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So it depends on who turns up on a day. And if they do turn up, because you're creating the chances,
that's it.
And you're not finishing your, exactly. It. You're hungry, man.
This weekend, we need to make sure we eat a couple plates this weekend. So this weekend with the home team, we move on to predictions now. So I'll go first. I said it on the preview, and I'm going to stick with it. 3-1 Arsenal. I think we'll concede, but.
So you're eating?
We're eating a couple plates, man.
Who's eating?
A couple plates. Who's eating? You want me to say it? Jesus will get 1. Martinelli will get 1.
Jesus,
and the other might be a Gabriel header.
Okay.
No, let me say a Saliba. We haven't seen one of those.
Okay, all right, cool. I'm going to go for probably like 2-0 Arsenal. It'll be comfortable.
Who's eating?
I think everyone's eating when you look, man. I don't know, everyone can eat. Not Jesus. I won't give it to him. I'll give it to Martinelli. I can see him getting a goal because it'll be typical of us to give Martinelli a goal with 2 goals this season.
Yeah. He might double his tally.
Exactly. It might do.
Watch out.
It might do, yeah. Scary season. Martinelli's back.
Who's your right back?
Nathaniel Klein.
Oh, Martinelli.
That'd be funny if Klein scores a goal now. Yeah, Martinelli and probably Saka as well, man. I think it'll be a wide place. Even though they haven't been delivering in terms of like the goals this season, I think after the winter break, they should be
refreshed.
Yeah, they should be refreshed, and you look at this Palace side. This side is there for the taking. If you don't beat us,
it's a good game to come back to. Yeah,
exactly. If you don't beat us, then
peak. Yeah, 100%.
Then trust me, you're not escaping me. That is. I'll take a draw. A draw right now is a win for Palace. that's how down bad we are.
Right now is a loss for Arsenal. So
yeah, same for us.
That's fair.
So yeah, just keep the clean sheet for us.
Well, I said 3-1, so it is what it is. All right, people, listen. Let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, Back of the Nest on YouTube. Depressing times, funeral times. Hopefully we do get a result against Arsenal, but all the best for the rest of the season.
Fenerbahce are top though.
Yeah, exactly. So you're repping that.
Subscribe to Fenerbahce Fan TV. People.
Yeah, Fenerbahce Fan TV. Yeah, we're creating our own channel, Fenerbahce Fan TV, because both our sides can't win the title. So yeah, make sure to check that out because they might be able to.
Best league in the world, man. Exactly. But listen, Back of the Nest. I'm gonna put it in the title, people. So just give it a click. Go and make sure you subscribe over there. Regular content, big content creator here. He's always on Box to Box. He's done stuff with us on there. We've done stuff with him on there, and he's always bringing that content. So show him some love. Show the channel some love here. Make sure you subscribe, put the notification bell on, hit the like button, people, and love for the love. We're at peace.